Hi, everybody. I apologize for my voice. At least it's not yesterday. I was a squeaky toy then, but bear with me. I will try and enunciate and project my voice to the best of my ability. In fact, why don't you take a moment and get settled, and you can start in a seated or standing position. And I want you just to close your eyes where you're at. And so what I want to offer you in this class, and I really am kind of excited about it, is this laryngitis threw me off my course this week. I was so passionate to get to my work, and I felt like this was holding me back. And this happens so often in life. We get sidetracked, and it's how we respond that matters. And this brought me to this idea about getting lost. We're so habituated in how we do certain things, in our scheduling, in how we respond to our body, to our pain. And I want to invite the next half hour to see a different side and maybe untether ourselves from these habituations that we've created. So I want you to get lost in your body. I want you to get lost in your breath. I want you to discover yourself by means of getting lost. It can be so valuable what you could take away from your mat. And that's actually really what yoga is about. So some of the movements are not strictly yoga. I'm pulling from physical therapy, and I work at a Parkinson's center too, and they do some of these exercises, and it's such a wonderful blend. So go ahead and let's stand up for a moment and take us a nice little spot, okay? Maybe you drop your arms alongside your body. And just feel your feet underneath you. If it's appropriate for you, you may close your eyes. If you feel like you get too unbalanced, go ahead and open them, but keep your gaze soft. Good. Now just run a little scan through your body and notice what you notice. Feel what you feel in your left side versus your right, your top half versus your bottom half. Notice your physical space versus your mental space and versus your emotional space. And see for one moment if you can just get lost in your body. Find a little nook or cranny that you haven't thought about in forever. The webbing between your toes, that little crack behind your knee where you bend. Maybe it's only on one side of your body. Maybe it's an organ. Maybe it's your brain. And see what you feel in that forgotten part of your body. Now feel your breath. How long has it been since you paid attention to your breath? Notice if you can feel the left lung versus the right lung. Which one is taking in more air? Which one do you perceive moving more? Notice if you're breathing in through the left or the right nostril more. And notice if you're breathing into the bottom of your lungs or in the top of your lungs. There's no need to change it. I just want to invite you to get lost in feeling it. Good. Now bring your arms alongside your body and just start to shake your hands and your wrists. And maybe you go a little side to side. Let's bring some movement into the body. Small little shakes. Maybe you even shaking water off of your hands, that kind of idea. Then get your elbows bending, extending. Maybe your arms. And backwards. And then just start to kind of go side to side and move your body in a different way than what you've ever moved your body before. Just do something different. Make it feel good. Loosen where you need to loosen. Good. If you want to take a step forward, you can do that. You don't have to stay in one plane. Okay, now that you've had some free time just to move your body in whichever way you want, come back to center, keep that little bit of movement, and then step your right foot forward and open up your arms. And exhale, step it back. Step the left leg forward and open up and exhale back. We're going to do that again, right side and back. Left side and back. Big movement, so open up, getting that prana. You might feel your breath opening up and expanding as you're doing this. Keep going. One more on the left. Good. We're going to do the same with our legs, but we're going to do a diagonal with our arms. So we're stepping forward, right, opening up and back. Left forward, and the left arm goes up and open up in a diagonal and back. And again, open, back, open, back. You're going to notice that this is a different motion than what you've probably ever done before. You're going to notice that your body's warming up. Cells are starting to vibrate. They're building up prana and energy. We want that. We want to get them moving. Good. Then come back to center and just shake it out. Good. Let's do a smaller part of the exercise. Bring your hand out and put your hand on top and stretch out your forearm. This is another forgotten area. Losing my voice made me realize how much I use my voice. It's incredible. I talked to a speech therapist and she said, you need to stop talking. I said, I literally can't. I have patience and a toddler. Switch sides. But it made me think about all the little things in our body that we use so often and that we need to take care of them. They are so valuable, so important. And we use our hands all day long. Shake them out. We're going to do the opposite side of our wrist. This is my favorite stretch. You're going to turn your hand down so the thumb is down. Bring your other hand on top. Interlace your hands and then pull your wrist out. Now what you're going to feel is a stretch on the bottom hand all the way up through the wrist. This is really good for any tendonitis issues, or if you've been doing a lot of grip work, which we do when we're typing, when we're on our phones. Go ahead and switch sides. So the left hand thumb goes down, right hand goes over, and we bring the wrist towards the left. And you should feel stretch on the left top part of your wrist. So, and when you're doing these stretches, take a moment and just appreciate how much you've used your hands today. I'm going to step back so you can see me. They do so much for us. Good. Another little deep breath in. Good. And shake it loose again. Okay. Come back into that same spot where you started class. And just stand, and maybe you close your eyes or maybe you keep them open. But feel your body. Does it feel different? Did getting lost help you to find yourself, or for your body to feel more connected and cohesive? We did a whole bunch of movement in different planes using the trunk and all of our limbs to get them alive and awakened. And I wanted you to be able to tap in to the forgotten places of our body, because when we're in chronic pain, we forget those places exist, and we forget the good sometimes because pain is always there and it's hard to switch that off. And you can also say, I accept that that's there, but there's also this part of me, and right now I'm choosing to focus and practice that part of my body. Good. So with that said, I want you to bring your hands behind your back, okay? And I want you to reach them back and open up your chest. Maybe you do a big arch in your upper back towards the sky. And exhale, release. So what that does is it's opening up our chest. It's doing this anti-bad posture stretch. And I'm going to do it again with you, and you can stay there. So interlace your hands, maybe to get lost. Put the other, stack them the other way. So put the other hand on top. So you do something different than our usual habituations. Open up into your chest. Big stretch. Stay here or exhale and stretch forward to wherever you feel comfortable. Remember to breathe and notice where you're feeling your breath. Exhale and let it all go. Good. Back into your main spot again. We're coming home to our spot. I want you to reach the right arm up. And as you look up at your hands and stretch the right part of your body. Make it as tall as you can. And then exhale, bring your right hand on top of your head and gently stretch the left side of your neck by dropping your right ear towards your shoulder. This is a very gentle stretch. I'm going to come in closer so you can see my hand placement. I have my hand right on top of my head and I'm stretching out the left side of my neck. Good. Inhale, arm reaches again. Big reach on the right side, opening up the lung area, opening up the armpit, looking up towards your hand. Good. Then exhale, stretch again on the left. One last time, inhale, reach. And exhale, stretch. And if you want more, you're going to place your left hand behind your body, on your back. And slowly release. Shake it out. Left arm goes to reach. We're going to do the exact same side on the left side. Look up all the way as you're making your left body as tall and expansive as you can. And then exhale, stretching by bringing the left hand on top of the right side of your head and stretching out the right neck. Do not pull. This is gentle work. Inhale, reach up. Expand and make that left side as tall as it can be. And exhale, stretch out the neck. Inhale one last time. And exhale, stretch out the neck. Good. Shake your body loose. Get those cells moving. And then this is such a good practice as well. Dry brushing. So use your arms, and I want you to just take all that energy, and maybe you go down your legs, off your body, and then just shake it loose 3 times. Get it off. And then stand again and feel what you feel. I'm willing to bet that everybody in just 15 minutes of practice feels totally different in their body right now. You're breathing different. The way you're standing and rooted in your spot is totally different. That's the power that you created yourself. You did all that. I'm going to invite you to bring your right leg back and step on the ball of the foot. This is a little bit of balancing, right? So we feel like we're on a tightrope. Now, for anybody who's struggling here, make your base of support wider. So just heel toe your foot outward so that you feel wider. And if you want a little bit extra, you're going to bring them closer. Otherwise, bring your arms up and breathe. Now, I'm going to have you hold this for a couple breaths. And I know that sounds so mean, and you can stop at any point. But my point is also that sometimes when something is hard, what do we do mentally? Where do we go? And what I want you to do is I want you to pull the energy from those forgotten spaces of your body, the good of your body, and I want you to feed off of that and spread that good all throughout your body. Breathe. Take in that prana through your breath. One deep inhale. One big exhale. Bring your hands to your hips and stem back up. Sorry, I'm going to move back so you can see me. We're going to repeat that process on the left. So balance on the right. Left leg goes back now. Inhale, reach those arms up. Remember your balancing point. If you need to shuffle your feet, do so the yoga works for you. I want you to get lost in your poses, lost in your breath, so that you can find yourself. You're doing such a wonderful job. You showed up today. You're doing the work. Enjoy that. Enjoy that proud moment for yourself. Good, one last deep breath in. And exhale, hands to the hips. Step forward and just shake it out. Okay, we're gonna come down to the floor. So I'm just gonna move my computer so you can see me better. Okay. Hi, everybody. Take a moment to find your spot. We also check the time. I tend to get lost in the moment. Okay. I want you to bring your left heel or ankle on top of your right knee. And I've kind of brought my hands behind me, making little tents with my fingers. What that does is I don't want to just dump into my hands. I want to keep my pressure light. Good. You're going to feel a big stretch in the left hip. And as you do this, I want you to turn your head towards the right. And then turn your head towards the left. To the right. And to the left. Good. Switch sides. So bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. This is called figure 4 stretch. You're going to feel a nice stretch in the gluteal muscles back here. Actively having your toes up. Fingers are behind you, but don't dump into them. So keep a really strong core. Head is back. You'll notice that your head tilts back a little bit. And I want you to keep that chin tucked in ever so slightly to strengthen the front of your neck. If you've taken any of my other classes, you will have learned about the value of strengthening the front of our necks. Hold that stretch. And then add on the rotations, starting to the left, to the right, to the left, and to the right. Good. And release the leg. Bring your feet together and bring your knees down. Now, if this is too strenuous for you, grab a towel or a little pillow that's nearby and just prop it right underneath your sit bones. And I want you to press your feet together like they're grounding. And as you press, I want you to try and open up in your hips just slightly, not forcefully, just a little activation within the hips. Make your heart tall. And feel proud of where you are. Wherever you are in your pose is exactly where you need to be. As long as it feels comfortable and you can find your breath and you can let go of the chatter in your mind. Good. Bring your knees back up. Bring your hands back behind you. And I'm going to give you a variation of boat pose. Of course, this is my little apex pose. I like to have the high point somewhere in the class to where we've been working towards. And I thought boat pose is perfect for getting lost. So there are different stages. In this, I want you to have a strong back and a big heart. Little bit of pressure on your fingertips. And I want you to keep your chin slightly retracted so that your spine is in a neutral, not over pressed backwards. Please don't do that. Just keep it strong and comfortable. Now you can lift one leg up and you can stay right here. If you want, you can switch to the other side and you can stay right here or come down. You can keep alternating or you can bring both feet up. Now I want you to work in either one of those stages and I want you to envision your boat. And yes, you might quiver, it might be hard, and if you need to come down, that's okay. But know that it's okay to be in a tough spot when we get lost, because we can always come back to our community, to ourselves, to our yoga mat. It's all there for us. Good. Relax, bring your feet down, hug your knees, and drop your forehead down and relax. Good, slowly come back up. So the next part, we're coming towards the final part of the program. I want to give you an offering to do Viparita Karani. Viparita Karani is legs up the wall pose. However, you can also do this just away from the wall with your legs up in the air. So what it looks like, I'll demonstrate it real quick. You're going to lay down, arms are alongside your body, and your legs are simply coming up to the ceiling. It returns the blood out of the legs back into the trunk. And you should find this point where they kind of sway. It feels really good on your low back, kind of flattens out your low back, and you feel strong in your spinal alignment. You would open up your arms, palms up towards the ceiling. And you can enjoy that, and you can even transition into a Shavasana, which is simply laying down at any point should you want. Okay, go ahead and find your position. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. I want you to scan through your body, and I want you to notice what you notice. Go back to those old little nooks and crannies in the body. What other spots are overlooked? What else needs a little bit of attention? As we get lost or thrown off course, sometimes there's a reason. We need to stop and pay attention to something else. And when we get out of our own way, it's actually quite wonderful. So as you're laying there, I want to read you these final thoughts, which I wrote down. How can you get lost more often? Are there ways that you can untether from our attachments? Are there things that we can do to break ourselves from our habits, our routines, and patterns, whether they are physical, emotional, or mental? What changes can we make to better serve ourselves? Please take care of yourself, and I hope you have a beautiful night. It has been an absolute honor to guide you through this practice. You all are incredible. You're all tremendous warriors, and I see every single one of you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Juliana. That was excellent.
You're welcome.
I just wish it was longer. Except for, another time when your voice is